Hello everyone, and welcome to my Sister Wives For You channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Robyn Brown, star of Sister Wives, has been embroiled in controversy because of her unjust marriage to Kody. Tell-all from season 19 verified that Kody gave Robyn preferential treatment over his other marriages. Robyn's refusal to respond to questions during the one-on-one interviews has also drawn a lot of criticism. Nonetheless, other admirers believe Robyn has already addressed every rumor with her behavior, particularly with regard to her attempts to erase Christine. To see the discussion, continue reading. Tensions in Sister Wives between Robyn Brown and Christine. At a family camping trip, Robyn was accused by Christine and the other women of prioritizing herself by wearing cosmetics for an extended period of time. This led to a furious argument at the season 19 tell-all segment. According to Robyn, she has no recollection. However, a lot of Sister Wives fans have posted videos online that show Robyn's inappropriate behavior. Early on in their relationship, Robyn and Kody's intimacy was also disparaged by Christine. Christine was also concerned that Kody might be concealing something worse because he had kept a story about his college sweetheart a secret. However, other fans believe that Christine is merely retaliating against the tell-all since Robyn has tried to erase her from the family. Supporters believe Robyn set out to erase Christine. Numerous theories regarding Robyn Brown's personality have been sparked by her actions throughout the years. Robyn is attempting to erase Christine from Kody, according to a recent social media post. The OP claims that the Sister Wives actress has been attempting to replace Christine as the family's center, hosting special get-togethers, particularly over the holidays. The OP also remembers the occasion when Robyn altered a photo of Christine and Kody with their children, substituting her own children for the original ones. In addition to claiming that Robyn would play the victim and attempt to stop Kody by pretending to love Christine, the poster thinks that Robyn has disparaged Christine to Kody, which may have caused him to become angry with her. In season 19's tell-all, Robyn also stole another story from Christine. The same story Christine had previously told. She claimed to have experienced a bolt of lightning when she first met Kody. Robyn received the identical engagement ring as Christine got from her now-husband, David Woolley, according to another commentator. She oddly has the same engagement ring that David gave to Christine, face with rolling eyes. When they celebrated the adoption of the children, she had a portrait drawn. Completely unattached white woman vibes. They ought to have recognized her obsession as soon as she had the pictures created. It is incredibly foolish that no one brought it up to the therapist. I will always remember Logan's expression when Robyn showed the photo to everyone. She seems to prefer making friends with Christine's children to others. At one time, Mykelti and Aspen shared her residence. In the same way that Kody focused on each one's weaknesses, Robyn pursued them all. Christine was the cook for the family get-togethers, but Robyn always found it annoying that she was so far away. Sister Wives, the startling drawing incident of Robyn Brown. Robyn and Kody Brown are being criticized in another Sister Wives forum thread for promoting their divine love. Over the course of season 19's tell-all, it has served as Kody's justification for his deeper affection for Robyn. However, a lot of people believe that he is merely using this as an explanation for his and Robyn's lust. Others concurred and praised Janelle and Mary for confronting him after he claimed that he had never loved them in the first place. I concur. It's a mistake to validate his new falsehood. Mary and Janelle have both exposed the fallacy that he was never in love with them, and I'm happy about that. They shouldn't repeat his B***********, though. Being polite and moving on without elevating their performance is doable. There's nothing heavenly about a man dating a younger lady while experiencing a midlife crisis. It's just ridiculously cliched. The divine love is utterly false. Except for Kody, everyone sees it for what it is. Robyn doesn't appear to be happy, so I doubt she even believes it anymore. Robyn Brown, star of Sister Wives, has been compared to tablecloths by her detractors. This is a cruel comparison. Is it truly justified, or is Kody Brown's queen being made fun of because viewers harbor old grievances? Most likely, a combination of both. Overall, Robyn looks really put together. Even though her mumsy blouses with their vibrant flower prints aren't exactly the styles found on the slender and glamorous models that stalk the New York, Paris, and Milan catwalks. Robyn's distinctive blouses give her a modest appearance with a dash of Earth Mother charm, and she never modifies her style. Flowers are lovely, but perhaps not when they're printed on thin rayon shirts that appear to be quite flammable. Robyn's style isn't very popular, but then again, whoever likes Robyn? There aren't many encouraging comments online. Consequently, the lady who has always been regarded as the iron fist in the velvet glove, the one who twirled Kody's head until he lost the ability to distinguish between right and wrong, should wear whatever she wants. Robyn's printed blouses don't appear to cost much. In fact, one Hawthorne Trina design costs $30 at Poshmark. The majority of individuals could purchase it if they so desired. Fans who wish to know how to complete the look can pair their Hawthorne Trina blouse with peep-toe pumps and bootcut jeans, which are now making a resurgence in fashion. Even though this ensemble might seem a little out there, Sister Wives fans can quickly transform into Robyn by assembling these components. In terms of hair and cosmetics, Robyn opts for a sleek, polished blowout, and it must be said that her hair is really lovely. It's shiny, dark, and consistently styled. She doesn't ever slouch. Choose a light, matte lip color, a hint of mascara and eyeliner on the upper and lower lids for your makeup. To be honest, Robyn might look better with a little more lipstick, something with a little more gloss and more color payoff. She would look fantastic with a good cherry gloss. She might not feel comfortable wearing a lot of lipstick, though. Robyn doesn't live in the fashion industry, even though her clothing aren't really fashionable according to Vogue magazine or anything. She is a reality TV celebrity, a mother, and a wife. Robyn is too busy to spend a lot of time worrying about how she looks. She wears clean clothing and does her hair and cosmetics. She makes an effort, but she isn't preoccupied with her appearance. Therefore, some of Reddit's criticism is a little too dramatic. It's likely that some of the individuals making fun of her don't appear any more attractive than she does. Robyn's style is a part of who she is, thus she shouldn't alter it. Each woman has a unique vibe. Even though Robyn's style isn't Real Housewives glossy or anything, she has found it and always looks good. Robyn is keeping it simple. She isn't sporting 10 layers of makeup or Louis Vuitton. It's unlikely that she would feel completely at ease in a different outfit. Above, Robyn proudly poses with her son Dayton Brown at his graduation, as seen on Instagram. Despite wearing a blouse that isn't particularly lovely, Robyn is able to pull it off because she is such a beautiful woman. Robyn's cold blue eyes, pale skin, and raven dark hair all give her a hint of snow-white elegance. She is a delicate, feminine woman who often wipes away tears with a pale hand, resembling a Disney damsel in distress. Her beauty is fragile. But being emotional is not a sign of weakness. People should express their feelings rather than always suppressing them. There is nothing wrong with women having feelings, even though she is ridiculed by derogatory nicknames like Sob bin Robyn. Robyn looks stunning in pure white, which highlights her stunning complexion. She looks like a goddess on her wedding day, dressed in a dress that Kody helped choose. Robyn, who was born under the sign of Libra, is naturally beautiful. It's as though fairies sprinkle them with stardust at birth because so many beautiful people are born under this sign. Beautiful Libra celebrities include Brie Larson, Matt Damon, and Gwyneth Paltrow. They are all endowed with a commercial attractiveness that appeals to a wide audience. With all of that charm and beauty, what is the drawback of being a Libra? This sign may be a little shallow, though. A Libra, who is ruled by Venus, is highly perceptive about appearances. It's not a bad thing that Libras are naturally inclined to please others with their looks and manners, but they may also be conceited and not always truthful. Robyn, star of Sister Wives, doesn't actually dress badly, and she looked stunning on her wedding day. She presumably no longer posts on Instagram since she knows she will constantly be assaulted. Given how cruel the remarks are, it's no surprise that fans turned away the lady Kody loves. Because Robyn works so hard to maintain her image, Kody thinks she's amazing. He doesn't think she can do anything wrong. He appears to adore his Libra partner's fashion sense and is enchanted by her. The whispers began quietly as Sister Wives fans began noticing a strange pattern unfolding across seasons. But after Christine Brown's emotional and triumphant exit from the family, and the show's increasingly jarring focus on Robyn Brown, those whispers turned into a full-blown fan theory that refuses to die. Robyn Brown didn't just step into Kody's life as a fourth wife. She allegedly orchestrated an emotional coup within the family dynamic, one meant to erase Christine Brown's place in the Brown family history altogether. And whether you believe it's a calculated act of emotional manipulation or the slow erosion of a power structure already collapsing under its own weight, the evidence continues to pile up in a way that has the fandom reeling, tweeting, and posting with furious conviction. It's not just about jealousy or fan bias anymore. It's about the visible, almost surgical removal of Christine's influence, her voice, and even her presence in the later seasons, especially when Robyn's star began to rise and Kody's favoritism became impossible to deny. Longtime viewers have pointed out that Christine, once the beating heart of the plural family, was slowly pushed to the margins of decision-making, her contributions minimized, her emotional needs dismissed, and her presence increasingly absent in group scenes that should have reflected equality, but didn't, and all of this, fans argue, happened while Robyn's screen time, influence over Kody, and role as de facto wife-in-chief grew with alarming speed. One of the most telling moments came during the pandemic, when the family's communication fractured under the weight of Kody's divisive and authoritarian house rules which, notably, aligned almost perfectly with Robyn's own safety standards, making it all too easy for her household to become the model and Christine's, along with Janelle's, to be painted as rebellious, irresponsible, or selfish. And fans didn't miss what felt like a subtle campaign to cast Christine as difficult, as someone unwilling to cooperate with the family structure, while Robyn positioned herself as the loyal, rational partner who was simply trying to keep everyone safe. But as the emotional manipulations mounted, Christine's side of the story began to shine through, and fans were horrified to realize that Christine wasn't just walking away because of Kody. She was walking away from a system that had slowly crushed her voice under the pretense of keeping the family united. Robyn, who had once claimed she never wanted to disrupt the balance between the original wives, began to appear more like someone who benefited from the breakdown of that balance, and Christine, who gave decades to the family and raised 6 children in a plural structure she believed in deeply, was subtly framed not as a woman seeking healing, but as a deserter. The signs were everywhere. Christine being left out of key family discussions, Robyn forgetting to consult her about major decisions, scenes where Christine would express a concern or frustration only for Kody and Robyn to glance at each other and dismiss it like a child's tantrum. Fans noticed the deliberate shifts in tone, how Robyn's confessional interviews were framed as wise and measured while Christine's were edited to look reactionary or emotional. Then there was the language. Kody began referring to his loyal wives and praising obedience, terminology that landed awkwardly considering the long-standing plural family narrative of equal partnership and free will. Christine, whose spirit had once been the glue binding the wives together, was now being portrayed as the friction keeping them apart. And Robyn? She became the portrait of stoic support, always trying, always hurting, always lamenting the disintegration of the family without ever taking responsibility for her own central role in the power shift. But the most egregious evidence, according to fans, came in season 18, when Kody and Robyn began referring to the family as just us, quietly brushing aside the decades of shared life and history the other wives had built with him. Even during the tell-alls, when Christine's pain was most visible, Robyn's responses often sounded sanitized, distancing herself from accountability while still portraying herself as the emotional victim. And in doing so, she recentered herself in the family's core narrative, effectively pushing Christine out not just physically, but narratively. Viewers flooded online forums screaming, "Why is Robyn always talking about how hard this is for her, while Christine is the one who had to raise kids alone, survive emotional neglect, and then walk away from the only family she knew?" The answer, for many, lies in what they believe has been Robyn's long game all along. Not malicious in the overt, soap opera sense, but subtly manipulative in a way that allowed her to reshape the Brown family into the structure she always wanted. Monogamous in everything but name, emotionally exclusive, and centered around her. Fans have also pointed to the way Christine's memories, sacrifices, and role as a matriarch were barely acknowledged after her departure. The shift in tone was palpable. Robyn didn't talk about missing her sister-wife, or honoring the years Christine gave. She talked about being betrayed, about grieving a future that never happened. There was little celebration of Christine's growth, no real support of her happiness, and worst of all, no recognition that maybe Christine leaving wasn't a betrayal, but a necessary act of self-rescue. Instead, Robyn doubled down, crying on couches, turning every conversation into a referendum on Christine's loyalty and using phrases like, "We never gave up," in ways that subtly erased Christine's right to her own ending. It didn't help that Robyn was now Kody's only functioning relationship, a dynamic which gave her the power, screen time, and emotional authority to reshape the family narrative to her liking. And reshaped it she did. The erasure theory also draws from visual cues, family photo placements, editing choices, and even how Robyn's children were increasingly centered in episodes while Christine's kids seemed like afterthoughts. Where was Isabel's story when she moved across the country? Where was the emotional follow-up on Michael T's wedding? Why were scenes of Truly so scarce compared to the endless coverage of Aurora's anxieties? It felt like the camera lens had turned, and Christine's world had been faded out, gently, perhaps, but unmistakably. And in the vacuum, Robyn's story took full stage, rebranded as the last wife standing, the woman who held the family together, even if that family now looked a lot like a traditional nuclear unit, one she previously claimed not to want. And that's where the theory really strikes its deepest chord. Because if Robyn came into the family claiming to want plural sisterhood and equal partnership, why did her rise coincide so perfectly with the other wives' downfall? Christine, for her part, has never directly accused Robyn of scheming or manipulation. But the dignity in her silence says volumes. She has embraced her freedom with joy, purpose, and authenticity, finding love again, blending families, smiling in photos that no longer feel filtered through sacrifice. And fans are cheering her on precisely because they know how long she was sidelined, minimized, and emotionally dismissed. Her glow-up wasn't just aesthetic, it was existential. And the contrast between her flourishing new life and Robyn's sob-filled confessionals has only deepened the perception that Christine was never the problem, she was the scapegoat. And Robyn, knowingly or not, benefited from that misdirection. So, did Robyn Brown really set out to erase Christine Brown from the family's story? Maybe not intentionally, but the results speak louder than intent. In the absence of equal treatment, acknowledgement, or emotional support, Christine's presence was gradually dimmed. And Robyn, through timing, positioning, and narrative control, became the default center. That may not be evil, but it certainly isn't sisterhood. And fans see it, loud and clear.